accompanied our students here are intervening in their lives, Madam Speaker, some of us will not be here. I particularly, I will not be here. I therefore, yes, Madam Speaker, Honorable Kainan, I thought you should know, but you taught me public international law. I ate a lot of your knowledge on matters family law, children, the law relating to children, civil procedure and practice, which enables me to stand on that foundation of being able to address our courts, even as I serve in this assembly. And for that, Honorable Speaker, I'm eternally grateful. Allow me, therefore, to welcome all visiting students and schools, accompanied, of course, by their teachers, to the National Assembly, the Parliament, and House of Representation of the people of Kenya. Honorable Speaker, this could be a very big journey to them. For people like us, we first entered into this chamber, including where you are today, just when you were elected. And so this is an opportunity for you to be inspired, go out there and fight so hard, not just to reach the level where our speakers reached, but far, far beyond, to be leaders of our country, carrying forth the national values we have in our constitutions in the future. Feel welcome, and may you carry forth to be the people you are being processed to be, and to be the people to whom we can hand over a stable Kenya as we look into the future. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Yeah, also, Honorable, I think, Honorable Kaluma, it's good for the students to know what we are doing today, the budget making process, briefly. Yes. So I'll give you an extra 5 minutes.
Yes, thank you, Honorable Speaker. The Parliament of Kenya has two houses, the National Assembly, where you are, and the Senate. The roles of the National Assembly are representation, legislation, and of course oversight. But there is a role that is additionally given to this House of Parliament, which relates to budget and appropriations. We appropriate monies in terms of division of revenue. We share the monies between the levels of government. The portion that goes to the counties, we then send it to the Senate to share among counties. But we remain with a portion for the national government to be shared out among the various ministries, various departments, various sectors of government, including those that go to the education sector and those other sectors which are within the national government functions. So today we are in the budget making process. In terms of representation, Honorable Speaker, let me mention to them that this is a very tedious process. We are talking about the money is going to the various agencies, but we will later be looking at how those monies are raised. And that is where we'll be talking about, the finance bills, one of which you remember was torpedoed last year. Honorable Speaker, let me, in ending, inform our visiting schools and students that when you look at the face of the National Assembly and when you look at the face of the Senate, you will notice some distinctive difference. On the face of the Senate, at the door, you'll see the flags of the various counties, because the Senate represents counties as entities. On the face of the National Assembly, you'll see sculptures of human beings to signify that when we are seated here, we are sitting on behalf of the people of Kenya who have elected us here to be here to represent them. Exercising their sovereign will, and those features will always be there. Be laws we are dealing with. And so the National Assembly, Honorable Speaker, has 350 members, including the Speaker. 350 members. It is bigger than most of the secondary schools we have in the country. The Senate, of course, has 68 members, including their Speaker. But the roles of the National Assembly are specifically delineated or set out under Article 95 of the Constitution. The role specified to the House of Parliament called the Senate, if you have time to look at them, are in Article 96 of the Constitution. They deal with laws concerning counties, and they participate in those law-making functions. But we share in the sense that the National Assembly ultimately enacts all laws. I think only to add, Honorable Speaker,
that you can complete and go now to the budget deliberations.
Yes, I've done the budget preparations, Honorable Speaker, and I think they now understand it. I've emphasized that we are at the second reading where we are dealing with issues like how the estimates are going to the various ministries, various sectors of the economy to support the public services the government is to give. And then, of course, we are doing this in a very constrained environment. Honorable Speaker, I thank you very much, and I wish the students sitting in the Speaker's gallery and in the public gallery a good tour, academic tour within the House of Parliament. I thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I wanted to contribute. Yes. I thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I have looked at the reports presented to this House by the Budget and Appropriations Committee. And Honorable Speaker, let me start by thanking the new chairperson of the Budget and Appropriations Committee, the Honorable Samuel Atandi, for the good work they have done this time around. Let me thank him with his membership for the good work we have done with the budget going by the report. And then there are two, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, number one is that the budget estimates for this year have restored the power and authority of the departmental committees in their participation in the budget making process. All chairs and most of the chairs of the various departmental committees have spoken here. And they have confirmed that unlike before, the recommendations which come from the departmental committees, which are in charge of the various ministries, various departments, various sectors of government, have been carried on forth. This is unique, Honorable Speaker. Because in the past we were complaining that the departmental committees assist the Budget and Appropriations Committee in this process, but whatever they recommend, in some cases, were not being carried forth. And I want to commend the committee chaired by my brother Samuel Atandi for that good work. Number two, Honorable Speaker, there have been complaints that the budget estimates and the allocation and appropriation of the national resources have not been equal, have not been fair, have not been just to all regions of the country, to all peoples of the country, to all sectors of our governance. Honorable Speaker, let me say today that I was very glad, Honorable Atandi, when I saw a road specifically mentioning Mandera County. So pleasant. We've been budgeting year in, year out. You hear some parts of the country don't still have an inch of a road. When I saw Mandera, I saw a road going to Wajir. I see roads going to Garissa. I see roads going to Tana, including that school the Cabinet Secretary in charge of National Treasury was talking about. A school where our children, the children of this nation since independence, have been faced with the tragedy of having to cross the river to go to school. And you know, River Tana is infested with crocodiles. When I see a proposal in the budget estimates, Honorable Speaker, saying that we must build a bridge to enable those students build their futures through education, Honorable Speaker, without having to risk their lives in those infested waters of Tana River, the waters infested by crocodile, I say we are beginning to think about, this country. Honorable Speaker, I therefore want to thank the broad-based government. Honorable Speaker, for how long are we speaking?
It's 10 minutes.
No, but Honorable Speaker, the other part I was given a chance to welcome the students. I've just started contributing to the budget.
Okay, you have an additional 2 minutes. Continue.
Yeah, I thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, we therefore take very many things for granted. But this thing would have not been possible without the broad-based government. A government seeking equity, a government seeking inclusivity, a government seeking the integration of all Kenyans in their governance unlike before. I want to thank President Ruto. I want to thank even the 2 minutes have ended.
No, it's okay. No, continue.
I want to thank my party leader, the man who mentored me, the Right Honorable Raila Odinga, for bringing the country together. Because with this togetherness, objectively, we can look now at the entire country as belonging to all of us and look at how we provide for them. Because, Honorable Speaker, we may say there are areas which we should budget for. The high production areas which were categorized in those years. But the fact of the matter is that each county, each region, each section of our population have something to contribute to the national table and all pay taxes. We want a country that moves in unison, in development, in togetherness. But Honorable Speaker, let me emphasize one thing only. I'm very happy that as much as we have this budget, we have funded the judiciary well. We have funded institutions which fight corruption well. Because if we can be losing sometimes up to $1 trillion through corruption, then we need to empower these agencies so that they can fight corruption and so that we can, control pilferages. So money is to EACC, money is to the Office of the Auditor General, money is to the Commission on Revenue Allocation. Honorable Speaker, I would request the members to approve them. Lastly, Honorable Speaker, I want to, support the committee for proposing an increment to the money is going to Kenya Revenue Authority. Honorable Speaker, we may have whatever budget we have, but if we do not capacitate the agency which is in charge of revenue-raising measures, the Kenya Revenue Authority, we will not be doing much. So I wanted to request the Budget and Appropriations Committee that I know you have increased the money, but we want a situation where the money going to Kenya Revenue Authority is between 1.5 to 2% of the collection so that they can build their capacities, they can integrate technology in revenue-raising measures, and we can collect more, and so that the whole country can in equity be developed. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.